Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. The question I keep asking myself is, why are leftoids, and especially the leftoids on Twitter, so incurious? It seems like they just don't want to know. Don't ask, don't tell. That's a conspiracy. At least that's the way they act when it's something that supposedly benefits them. Another concept that's a little bit shoddy, considering I'm not sure Democrat leadership or Democrat wins benefits anyone. But anyways, that's besides the point. And what I want to focus on is, why are leftoids so incurious? Why is entertaining conspiracy theories that are grounded in some sort of fact, reality, or allegation a bad thing? Why does it make you a crazy person to ask questions or to want investigations into things that don't necessarily make sense, that are confusing? Time and time again, this is exactly what we see with leftoids. Elon Musk, once again, interacts with a story that's currently developing, posts a meme, and lefties are losing their minds. And this time we're talking about FTX US, the connection to the Democrats, and now it seems like FTX has a connection to Ukraine, creating a whole circle. Elon Musk is simply questioning it like most other people, and somehow he's the bad guy. I don't even get what leftoids are defending here or what they're fighting against. Somehow Elon Musk is the bad guy for questioning what kind of corruption scheme this crypto scammer who scammed people out of their life savings is involved with. Once again though, leftoids are choosing a side, and they're on the side of these corrupt globalists. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. Let's talk about what's going on, and let's continue to ask the question, why is it a bad thing to ask or to want transparency, to want to know? We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so you got a couple Twitter interactions here that's making leftist brains explode. Tom Fitton writes on Twitter, while the Biden gang has been harassing and threatening Elon Musk and his companies, one of the worst scams in modern finance was being perpetuated under their nose by a regular White House/The Hill visitor and the second biggest Democrat donor. Elon Musk then posts a thinking face emoji along with this graphic showing Sam Bankman-Fried, an MIT graduate, his supposed connection with Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC and a former professor at MIT, and Glenn Ellison, professor of economics at MIT and a former boss of Gary Gensler. And of course the connection to Caroline Ellison, the CEO of Alameda, who dated Bankman-Fried and the daughter of Glenn Ellison. And so there's a deep connection to people within positions of power in the government, Biden administration, the Clintons. We know that Sam Bankman-Fried was basically frauding his customers, and then that money was going to Democrat causes and even the DNC funding their election campaigns. And of course, the leftoids on Twitter are raging at Elon Musk, calling him a deranged right-wing troll, right-wing conspiracy theorist who's posting 4chan graphics. I mean, the left-wing brainwash is real. Anything that comes from 4chan equals bad. But that's not always the case. Individuals on that forum board have done some incredible investigative work throughout the history of the website. And just because it comes from that website doesn't mean it should be totally discredited. But this is the way the leftist brain works. If CNN or MSNBC didn't say it, then it doesn't exist. Actually, here's another thing that has leftists losing their minds. An actual post from 4chan, Barbara Fried, Sam Bankman's mother, and of course Sam. Joe Biden announces his presidential campaign. 13 days later, on May 8th, 2019, Sam Bankman-Fried, son of Barbara Fried, the co-founder of the political fundraising organization Mind the Gap and Get Out the Vote organizations, including the Center for Voter Information, launches the FTX crypto exchange. The exchange is an overnight success that enables Sam to become the second biggest donor to the Biden campaign. Really makes you think. B. Mrs. Fried launched totally grassroots Democrat PAC in July 2018. Wonder how you're going to raise enough funds to make a difference. Son coincidentally becomes a multi-billionaire a few months later. Sometimes things just have a way of working themselves out, I guess. And so it's not to say that there's this massive conspiracy at play here, but there's certainly a lot of alarm bells, a lot of red flags. But somehow, from the leftist perspective again, asking questions is a bad thing. It makes you a deranged right-wing troll. What is it that Elon Musk is doing that's so crazy? Quote, a question worth asking. Elon Musk weighs in on money laundering allegations against FTX. What is so bad about asking questions? A question worth asking. Oh my God, he's a right-wing conspiracy nutcase. How do people with that reaction even exist? It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And of course, the rabbit hole goes even deeper, as now Ukraine invested in top Democrat donors crypto company FTX as Biden administration funded the war effort. The multi-billion-dollar cryptocurrency company FTX, run by CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, the second biggest Democrat donor right after George Soros, collapsed last week as details emerged regarding their financial practices, which led to a run by customers on FTX. FTX did not have the funds to pay out. It was also revealed that FTX had partnered with Ukraine to process donations to their war efforts within days of Joe Biden pledging billions of American taxpayer dollars to the country. Ukraine invested into FTX as the Biden administration funneled funds to the invaded nation, and FTX then made massive donations to Democrats in the US. Doesn't that raise serious alarm bells? Or is that just me? Once again, it's the same thing leftoids prove to be totally incurious. They don't care. As long as it benefits the Democrats, it's a non-issue to them. They never cared about the Hunter Biden laptop story. They never cared about Joe Biden 10% for the big guy. They never cared about the connection to Ukraine and the possible corruption and pay-for-play scheme. Joe Biden openly blackmailing the Ukrainian government to stop the investigation into his son's business dealings. They're totally not curious and don't want any transparency into how elections are managed. But could you imagine if the roles were reversed, if it was the other way around and Donald Trump was the face of everything that we're seeing here? If all of this sketchy stuff was connected to Donald Trump and the system was working against Democrats, could you imagine what they would be saying? They would be the biggest conspiracy theorists on the planet, according to their own definition. The whole thing is just ridiculous. I mean, it's a double standard to the highest degree, except it has real bad implications. Democrats are willing to support any and everything as long as it benefits them. Individual rights being violated, who cares? Especially when it comes to free speech. As long as it benefits their party, they don't care. Government overreach and tech company oligarchs censoring information to their benefit, it's all right as long as it benefits them. They don't care. They don't want answers. They don't want to ask questions. And that is a seriously scary thing. I mean, just when it comes to all of this funding for the war in Ukraine, I mean, we're talking about so many billions of dollars. Why does it make you pro-Putin or on the side of Russia if you demand answers to where the money's going? Marjorie Taylor Greene demands accounting of billions of dollars sent to Ukraine. Quote, I want an audit of where every single penny has gone in funding to Ukraine. Everyone is okay with that, right? What is so crazy about this? Billions of taxpayer dollars, your money being sent to Ukraine, and there is not even a little bit of transparency into what is actually happening with the money, where it's going, what it's doing. And now we have this potential money laundering racket involving FTX US. And again, it's the same thing. Why is nobody curious? Why does nobody want to know what's going on here? Don't you find it a little bit weird that Ukraine was totally unwilling to do any peace talks whatsoever to push for peace, and the night of the midterm election, when it was expected that Republicans were going to take over the House and that the Democrat blank check for Ukraine was probably not going to be there anymore, all of a sudden Volodymyr Zelensky is open to peace talks and negotiations with Russia. Something here stinks. There's something going on, and Elon Musk is not a crazy person for wanting to understand the connection and wanting an investigation. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not a crazy, deranged lunatic for wanting an accounting of all of the taxpayer dollars that are being sent to Ukraine. That's basic common sense and basic curiosity. And again, I'll repeat it, the fact that you have individuals, an entire collective of individuals that represent a political spectrum that are willing to close their eyes and block their ears and look the other way, that is the type of stuff that leads to a massive state expansion and is that which enables authoritarian regimes to rise. Not like the media keeps saying that the threat of extremism, fascism, and authoritarianism comes in the form of small-town conservative MAGA supporters who want more freedoms, more rights, and less government. It's absolutely crazy stuff, folks. And with Republicans holding the House, I hope there's an investigation into all of it, but I somehow doubt that's gonna happen. That's what I got for you guys, though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.